What is overtrading and how do we avoid doing it? Overtrading, put very simply, is the idea of placing more trades than you really should be doing. And this is a common trap for especially people who are newer to trading, is they feel the need to be, as a trader, what do traders do? They trade. So there is this temptation or feeling inside that we as traders need to be constantly placing new positions in our account, when that is actually not the case. In fact, sometimes the best thing we can do as traders is to follow our strategy. Well, that's always the case, but sometimes our strategy calls for not placing any trades at all. So how do we know when we're overtrading? How do we avoid this temptation? And how do we master this so that we don't make mistakes that often come with overtrading? Now, certain styles of trading have more or less average trades per day. For example, if you're scalping the lower time frames, you may take anywhere from a couple to maybe even 10 plus trades in a single day. But if you're more of a swing trader, for example, it may be more common for you to take 1 or 2 trades per day. And some days you might actually have to take 0 trades because nothing sets up for you. Knowing your strategy, your style, and your risk tolerance is really critical to understanding, first and foremost, how many trades roughly should I be placing in a trade? Let's just take, for example, let's say that I take on average 2 trades per day. There is a very good chance that if we write down in our notes, okay, I take on average about 2 trades per day, that if you suddenly have a day where you're taking 15 trades, there's a good chance we've probably dipped into the overtrading territory. And again, where this can be problematic is that oftentimes coinciding with overtrading is revenge trading or slipping away from our pre-planned trading strategy, which you definitely should have before you're placing trades. Just like a good business has a business plan, a good trader has a trading plan. And so if you find yourself making this mistake where you look back at your day and you said, wow, I'm supposed to only take about 2 trades per day and I took 15, there's a good chance that something went wrong along the ways. And so what I would encourage you to think about with this concept is, if you are placing way more trades than what your back testing or your preparation or your trading plan had sort of expected on average, there is a possibility that emotions and discipline and trading psychology here is at play. What I mean by that is that there is a possibility that you are sort of fudging the numbers a little bit when it comes to making selections for trades. Let me explain further. If you have a trading plan that calls for a certain setup and all these, let's say you have 4 or 5 different checklist items that have to be checked in order for you to place a trade. If we are feeling the temptation or even the boredom to place trades to excite our trading day, it can be sometimes easy for us internally to mentally kind of fray the lines and actually sort of take a trade that maybe we shouldn't have taken, and maybe not all criteria were checked. One way to easily combat this is to write down your rule set on a flashcard or a piece of paper and pin it to your desk or above your computer or wherever you do your trading. Do this for yourself, because what you'll start to do is, when you're about to take a trade, reference your cheat sheet. Have I checked off all of the boxes? And what you'll likely find is that when you're very honest about this process, you're going to be taking the appropriate amount of trades according to your trading plan and not likely to make significantly more trades than you really should. Again, as long as we are referencing our checklist each and every time we place trades, that will give us a higher confidence in the trades that we're placing actually meet the criteria of our trading strategy. Overtrading is a really important thing to master when it comes to your trading. Let us know what else we should cover on this YouTube channel, and consider subscribing if you're new. Thanks very much for watching.